Okay, we are live. Let me just make sure we are actually live. Not yet, not yet. Okay, it seems like we are live indeed. Okay, the sound is working, everything's working. Um, okay, amazing. Today is Thursday, 10th of November. Let's take a look at news. So today we can see we have CPI inflation rates for the US, affecting the US dollar, of course, and then unemployment claims, core CPI, year on year, month on month, etc. So, what are they expecting for month on month? Worse than previous month, and then year on year, it's expected to be better. So, we'll have to see if that holds. If we look at the graph, it's been a few months we're steadily decreasing, so it is possible that, we continue to decrease a bit. Okay, and then based on that, obviously there'll be different scenarios we'll play with on gold. So this is in exactly 1 hour from now. So we still have a little bit of time here. So let's quickly take a look at gold here. Let's refresh the chart to make sure everything is clear. It is not. Okay. So gold on the monthly, since I last saw everyone on Tuesday, has obviously shot up. We're still respecting the previous monthly highs, but we're basically at the levels of the monthly highs. We can see we're at a pretty strong resistance here. On the weekly, you can see it's a pretty strong resistance, maybe even a bit lower. Last time we tried to tap into this resistance, we completely rejected it, came all the way back down to 1620. So, well, 800 pips away. This week, if you remember, we are closing bullish. We're at the bottom wick. We said we could easily enter this zone and then break back bullish. I did not expect it to happen so strong here on Tuesday evening. But anyway, it is what it is. So we're obviously moving bullish here on higher time frames. On the daily, we did close bearish. We did close bearish. And today it seems like we're kind of ranging, respecting the high, respecting the low. I do think that there's a good chance we move down today. Well, I guess it would depend on CPI, but okay, let's just actually finish technical analysis. So on the daily, we can see we're rejecting off of, 1720 or something where we had previously rejected multiple times. So not surprising that we're rejecting it again here today. Yeah, let's see. Now we're just ranging. Let's look on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, you're in a pretty big range here between 1716 and 1706. So basically 04. So, this 120 pip range you're kind of in. On the 4 hour, we broke previous lows and now we broke lows again. So it does look like we are somewhat trying to move bearish. Check on the hourly. So I think on the hourly, it's a pretty clear trade. If you close below 1704, basically, I think we can take sells. And then for buys, it's going to be more up here around 1713. Yeah, somewhere up here, I think then we have pretty clear range to come fill. But for the moment, we're obviously just ranging. Seems like this zone here is being respected quite strongly at 1709. So let's see, London opened up here, right? We came down. Oh, this is pre-London. Opened around here, came up, rejected this. Resistance here at 1710, basically 1709. Came back down to retest the support, rejected off again, and now we're retesting resistance. So we're obviously just in a range. On the 15-minute, look at this. On the 1 minute, we've been ranging here for an hour, haven't moved. Obviously we have New York Open here in 20 minutes, and then news here in an hour. So definitely not going to be trading before news. And then for news, I think if we can get sells below here, you would also be breaking somewhat of this trend line here. So if you break below these lows here at 1705, come fill this range for 15 pips. That's a good sign of moving bearish. And then if you break further, so ideally this is what I'm looking for today for the sells. If this candle, whatever, the next candle on the hourly, obviously this also works on the 30 minutes. Can close below this trend line. The next one pushes down, leaves us a long wick. And then we close below 1704, and then here we get a pullback, maybe even just to retest the zone, and then you get a wick fill. This is what I'm looking for. Right now I'm taking a mental image. This is what I'm looking for. Let's not forget what I'm looking for. And I think if we can get that, it's going to be a beautiful day. I mean, look at this range to the left. You could not get more clear. Maybe let's look at, yeah, it seems like here, around here at basically at 1700 exactly. So 40 pips below, we'll have our first zone of interest. And then if you break through that, it's pretty clear down to 1680s. So very big ranges here. We can potentially come fill. Hello from the Michael. Hello from the army. Have a nice session. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice session too at the army, you know. Hopefully make some friends. Okay, so that's for gold. And then for GJ, we're also gonna delete everything here. On the monthly, obviously looking pretty bearish. Remember on the weekly, if you guys remembered, we had closed extremely strongly bearish below these wicks. I said there's a good chance to create a top wick, and then the next week just continues to move down. Seems like we've had the top wick now. Now we just need to see if we can get the continuation of this move down. On the daily, obviously quite bearish. On the 4-hour, breaking highs. So maybe let's see if we can fake out of here. Ah, yes. Okay, no, we already have faked out of here. If you look, we had a pretty strong resistance here at 166.7. On the hourly, we broke above, we closed back within, and now we're seeing where this hourly is closing. This is pretty one of my favorite moves, actually. Same thing, you have the trend line. If you can break this trend line, flip, create that top wick, and then the next hourly just comes and fills this range. That makes sense. That would be beautiful. So we're equally looking for sells here on GJ. Yeah, if you missed that entry, maybe sells below 166.4 or something. Let's see how big our range is. 25 pips. Let's check on higher time frames. Yeah, that would be the 4-hour flip. That'd be nice, but I think even above here you can have some sells. We're gonna have to wait and see for that. But for the moment, we're just being patient. And then for buys, you can look for buys maybe above 167 basically. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But we are looking for the sells here. Um yeah, and I think there's a, as we say usually when you're in a trend and you break out of the trend, there's a good chance you retest the lows. So obviously our target would be here at 166. Um, so we need to wait and see if we can get that. 166. Maybe it's a bit higher, even our target. Clearly a strong support here at 166.2 basically. So let's see if we can come back below this range here. We can close below here, maybe we can anticipate volume to just drive through this um mess. Because that's another thing. Usually when you get these trends, I think it happened on gold yesterday. Yeah, right here. Um or even let's say this morning, you get this mess on the way up and then the way down just drives. Or vice versa. Um yeah. Let me try to find another example for you. Um yeah, even like this, way up and then the way down just drives. Here, look all the way up and then in a few hours, in an hour or two, just recovers this whole move. And then the opposite here, you know, uh, to the bearish, and then sorry, pushes bullish here. So maybe we can anticipate that, but let's see for the moment. GJ is still above this range, 30-minute closed above. So you need higher time frame confirmations. 4 hours breaking highs. So yeah. Oh no. Now we're quickly gonna check Bloomberg, see if there's any interesting articles happening or anything like that. Okay, Bloomberg UK, FTX, hurtless towered towards bankruptcy with $8 billion hole. Bitcoin's history shows room to drop to 1300, 13,000. Bitcoin writes down entire value of its FTX stake. JP Morgan team says crypto market face cascade of margin calls. UK household and job markets are ringing alarm bells. Okay. Musk's first email to Twitter staff ends remote work. A lot of people not going to be happy. Expects employees to put in at least 40 hours in the office. I mean, he had sent a pretty similar email, I think, to Tesla workers after the lockdown. Owner must email. Okay, anyway, this is not really important to us right now. Let's check the US edition. Okay, Elon, a bit of the elections. Seems pretty fair. Yeah, seems pretty close everywhere here. They're all in the 45s at worst. Okay, US future rises as CPI bets keep bonds on edge. Okay. So what do we think can happen with CPI? I think if the numbers are higher than expected, gold's going to drop because the dollar's going to come back with some strength and continue rising. We can see on the daily, we rejected these lows once again. Remember, we had rejected them last week, came all the way back up, retested them now, and now it seems like we're rejecting again. Um, could look like this was a fake out and we can come fill this wick potentially. Keep that in mind. So going back to what I was saying, I think if the CPI news is higher than expected, I think we can expect a drop in gold. Uh, something we've seen. What was last time? October 13th. Let's see what happened. Yeah, exactly something like this. Maybe a fake out to the upside and then, oh, new subscriber model reset. Thank you, mate. Thank you for subscribing. Means a lot. Um, if we look last CPI, exact same thing that I'm expected could happen. Fake out to the upside, then push down depending on the data. If the data is much, let's say, better, so there's a lot less inflation, I do think that gold could drop and then gold can continue pushing up. And then obviously if it's neutral, you could see a lot of wick saws but if it's neutral, I also think it's down. Gold's gonna push down because dollar's gonna go up. So we're mostly looking for gold sells, except if the data is like the inflation is or there's deflation in the economy. Then I think you can look for buys. If that makes sense to everyone. Guys, I lost my oh no, I didn't. My magic pen. What day is it today? Today is the 10th. Okay, so we're just waiting here. In 10 minutes, we have New York Open and COMEX, and then right after that, the news. So it's going to be an eventful morning here. Then you have FOMCs. This could actually have a pretty big impact depending on the data here. So it's a good day to be patient. This is obviously not interesting to us. Just so you guys get a visual idea. We don't really care about all this. We'll care above and below. But within this zone, we don't really care. At least I don't care. And GJ seems like it's trying to push up. So we're gonna wait around for this. 30 minutes, breaking highs, respecting lows, respecting the support. Turn into resistance, and now it seems like it's turning back into support. Potentially could continue pushing up. Trying to see if there's another zone within here, but I think yeah, I guess where we tapped into this hourly here, you do have somewhat of structure around here. But it's pretty ugly here, so we're not even gonna acknowledge here. This whole zone's kind of rejection. Oh, there's two police officers on horses right outside my window on the road. They're stopping at the stop like cars would do. And they're continuing. Okay, so you can see there's still ranges pretty much everywhere. Yeah. Gold also is trying to come up a bit here. We'll see if we break out. There's a good chance you fake out of here. Let me get the pen. Good chance you come. Even break out a second time. Just come back in. And then that's the full we're looking for below here. If you're just joined the stream, I drew it out before what we're looking for here. If we can get somewhat of a closure around here below 1706, somewhere around 1705, or let me just redraw it. If we can get, even if this candle closes here, the next one closes around here, faking out, and then we get something like this, comes down. Even if it happens with news, that's okay. Retraces, and then we'll look for, if price can retest this level, and then right there you can have a sell stop, come fill the wick, and then push down further. Should be pretty clear what we're looking for in the buys. Above here can get interesting. But yeah, it'll really depend on news here. Let's quickly look at some crypto. I know people are interested. Weekly. Okay. Seems like smart money concept would say there's like an order block in here. Seems like you're rejecting off of that. We'll just say there's support here. You're bouncing off the support. If this weekly candle closes below this zone, there's a good chance next week fills this wick at basically 1080 and then down to 900 levels potentially. Check on the monthly. That's 2 months. Yeah, it makes sense to keep going down further. Let's check the big boy Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is like a free fall here. Once you broke 18,000 level. So Bloomberg was just saying 13,000. Yeah, 13,000 seems about right. Yeah, let's just put 13,000 because even if it isn't a level, now that it's mentioned on these websites, it will become a level. But maybe at 15,000 it can react. Right now I reacted off 15,500 or something. The daily, yeah, it could just be creating. It was also depend on CPI. If dollar starts pushing, this will just flip and just completely melt. Likewise with gold, and same thing with stock market. Let's check US 30. Do some fresh analysis. Weekly, yeah, close bearish. So this could be a fake out on the weekly. Once you flip bearish, there's a good chance you come fill this wick and then push down further. On the daily, yesterday obviously was a confirm. This fake out around here. So once you react and fake out of resistance, there's a good chance you come down to support, which is here at 32,000 on Dow Jones. Let's check Nasdaq. Nasdaq was breaking the highs on the weekly, the monthly, much of time frames was looking pretty bullish actually. On the daily it's faked out, but that doesn't mean on the weekly it can't come back up. So once again, it will depend on CPI and on the dollar. But for the moment, yesterday was pretty bearish, so there's a good chance today you open up bearish and come fill down to 62.7 or something. And if you break through that down to 16, yeah, down to 60 basically. And then, yeah, European markets are looking pretty bullish for the day. But then again, yesterday also did somewhat of fake out. So at any point, this could flip. It's really going to depend on basically the dollar. Everyone's just waiting for the CPI news. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so anyways, we have New York open here in 5 minutos. Gold's kind of just rejecting off that resistance once again. GJ2 is coming back below. Yeah, and pretty much just chilling. Guys, tomorrow is a bank holiday in the US, so we'll see. I probably will still stream. Maybe we look at GJ. Um, yeah, so all that to say, we'll probably just start the record next week finally. Just because I missed some of this week, and then if tomorrow's a holiday or whatever. Okay, so GJ is coming down pretty nicely here. Let's see if we can get this closure below, confirming this fake out. Or maybe they're just grabbing better entries for New York Open. But I've been noticing, I think I feel like this London's been quite nice, and then New York. Well, actually, I say that, and then it just pushes. So maybe not, maybe not. But I feel like we've been getting a lot of fake outs or ranging. Modal is asking for EU with pleasure, mate. Once again, this will also depend on the dollar. Here in 30 minutes, so I would not recommend trading it beforehand. Okay, so on the monthly, you're kind of you're just ranging around the 1-to-1, the $1 exactly. You reacted pretty strongly off support, and now it seems like you're rejecting resistance once again. So you could see a replica of this move. You came up, rejected pretty strongly, came right back down, rejected pretty strongly, came right back up, and now with the dollar, with the CPI news, there's a good chance. Obviously, if the news is good in the sense that inflation is low and dollar kind of falls, euro should get stronger and push. But if inflation is high, this is just gonna melt back down to 0.8, 0.97. Sorry. Let's just check smaller time frames. So on the daily, you're obviously bearish, as we just said, reacting off 1.008. Yesterday was a pretty nice rejection, and then today seems like you're just continuing that move. On the 4 hour, yeah, you also had pretty strong support that this morning you just completely broke through and never looked back. Here it gets kind of messy. Maybe it's okay, yeah, so this is a news candle. You can see you corrected most of it, and now you're reacting off this support here. Which is actually, I'm gonna put it a bit lower. So yeah, if you like to trade the trend, I mean, once you break 0.993, basically, when you break these wicks, you don't want to sell at support because that is a bad idea. But if you get a closure below, let me draw it out. If you get something like this with news or whatever, some wicks, and then the next, this could be a 15, 30, whatever time frame you want, and then you can take the sell to come fill the wick. You can take the sell stop, and then here you can see pretty clean ranges that you should come replicate down to 0.976, basically down to these lows. So really nice ranges for the sell. And then if the news is good, or I mean, if inflation, yeah, as I said, is low and then the dollar pushes up, you could look for the opposite move, a wick come up here and then close around here. And then you can look for a wick fill. And if if you're nervous about that, then you just wait for the 1.009. And then above here, you should have pretty clean ranges. I hope that makes sense for you. Model. And then I don't know, that's probably not how you pronounce your name. Modal. And if you yeah, let me know if you agree with that. Feel free to send your chart. Um yeah. Okay, so there you go. Right now we have New York open. So we can see gold's closed above the range without a top wick. This could be this fake out we are looking for. It's suspicious that it pushed right before the open. Does this mean they wanted to grab better orders so we can push down? Maybe. Let's find out. Um, anyway, there's no top wick, so even if you're looking for buys above this zone, it's a bit complicated. Let's see another broker. Okay, maybe your broker, there is a slight top wick. No, this has a good chance of faking out. And then we're looking for the sells below here, but maybe it pushes pre-CPI and then boom. And then GJ, okay. Okay, I didn't see this. So GJ did close pretty strongly bearish here. Confirming that fake out there. Under 166.7. So this is looking pretty good for sells. Good chance you come fill when you broke the low. When you come fill this zone, you know it's kind of small. But similar here, you know, it's going to be impacted by you know, the pound being a safe haven is going to be impacted with US news, so no trade here for next 30 minutes or so. But on smaller time frames, I guess you can also say you have some trend here. This break back below is pretty nice, and then let's see how you react at these wicks here, but I'm guessing with volume you should just push through. And if you're able to push through 166.4, then there's a good chance to come down to 166 basically. So yeah, this has a good chance of pushing. Guys, you remember we only have 1 or 2 trades per day, so I want to make sure that I take wins. It would just be not the most, or it'd be just riskier to take them pre-news. You know, often you see ranges, you see moves the opposite direction. It'd be a bit of a guessing game if you took trades now, so why not just wait for the clear direction of the market, you know? For example, let's say on Tuesday, you know, why not just wait for breaks above whatever and then you can take buys instead of trying to predict, oh, this could be a fake out, either it fakes out and it shows you, so this could fake out and it will show us it's going to fake out or it's going to push up, but at any point here below um basically 1713 it can fake out back down below. You're just in the range here, that's why it's this darker color. We're not interested whatever happens in here. Well, I mean, you could be interested, but not today. We're not going to be. In normal times, if you got this fake out here, um, if you got that fake out there and then you broke below, maybe you could sell it down to support, depending on how big the range is. But you just have too many zones here. It's not that clear. Might as well just wait for a clean break below. And GJ seems like it's kind of hovering at these wicks here. But as I said, good chance you can push down below. Guys, let me know if you want me to check out any other pairs. I'm gonna send charts in. If you have questions, if you disagree with me, whatever you want to do, feel free to let me know. Let's check if there's some news that's kind of happening. Not really much. Risk appetite lowers ahead of CPI. Guys, trade if you want to trade like the banks, this is exactly what you should do. Lower your risk before CPI, wait for direction, and then increase your risk. Right now, I don't want any risk in the market. And besides that, um, first headline squashed. Bitcoin drops below. No, was 2 years ago. Okay, let's maybe saying something interesting. Also, to put this price action into perspective, Bitcoin gold ratio has declined to just over 9 times compared to 35 times last year. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, so you are pushing here on gold, but let's see if you get this fake out here. Good chance to get a fake out. Or, as I said, it will push, but not convincingly. Something like it did this morning. Let's replay back this morning. Would you guys be convinced by a buy seeing this price action? I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all, actually. I would want to see if I was actually looking for buys. Maybe something like this. If you understand how liquidity moves, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, these moves all obviously they can play out, but just probability wise, you just want to see quick, big pushes. And obviously, normally you need a retracement for them to happen. But then sometimes they just move. I mean, if you look here on Wednesday, I would say this doesn't look quite convincing either, and then just push. But obviously, this was maybe different. Oh, new subscriber here. Thank you, Zgelaban. Galaban. I don't know how you pronounce that. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Welcome. Um. Anyways, it can happen. Just means your probabilities are a bit lower. But I was trying to say this morning, I don't know, but I wouldn't be convinced by these buys. And then if you look, obviously you just melted from that point on. Let's see. On the hourly, sorry, looking pretty bullish. We have news here in 20 minutes. If you're looking for buy stops, sell stops, unfortunately, not on this channel. Yeah, we're gonna at least wait for a 5-minute closure. I mean, usually what you can see with CPI and different news is on the 5-minute you get obviously the huge wick, right? And then it comes, it retraces. So it looks something like this. And then if it closes below, that's when we'll wait for the top wick and then take the second push down. Because if you look at let's look at the last CPI. When was it again? 13th of October. Yeah, we have 20 minutes here to do nothing. So let's just increase our knowledge on what usually happens for CPI so we can make a better decision when CPI comes. 13th of October was right here, if we remember. Okay. So you can see news came out here at 1:30, just crashed. Um, I guess if you had a sell stop, you would have won. But on the 5-minute, okay, so on this example, you would have not gotten an entry on the 5-minute. And let's check the CPI before that, September 13th. September 13th is what here? Yeah, I mean, it does pretty much the same move every time, right? Wick to the top and then push down. If inflation is high. I believe this one we did catch a move. Maybe we could close around here, or maybe even it was a 15-minute. No data on the 5 minutes. Okay, let me just quickly go back. September 13th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure on the 15-minute I caught this trade here. Um, exactly, it was somewhere around here. We caught on this flip here, the new 15-minute candle. And then when it flipped bearish, we caught the wick fills here for 20 pips. So that's kind of what I'm looking for today. But this move up pre CPI is looking not too bad. Maybe it's just gonna push, and then to the upside, I guess you could use the same strategy, wait for 5 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna wait to see what the data is, and then be cautious of fake outs and all this. Seems like you have a pretty strong zone. Somewhere at these highs. Indrid, hello, my friend. How are you? How are you? Hope you're having a good week. Um, yes, hope you're excited for CPI. Okay, so there you can see on GJ, it kind of just reacted off the lows. You're still kind of ranging at the lows. Oh yeah, this first initial on the 1 minute push up here and then fake out back below would have been a nice. I would have been looking if I was in positions, let's say from up here. I would have looking at this for confirmation, and then when we saw this here, I'd probably close my position in slight profit or break even or whatever. When was the new hour? Okay, it was here. So maybe if you took on the flip, I would have definitely moved stops to break even once you came back below this range, and now you would have probably been stopped out break even. So we didn't miss anything. Um, didn't move 10 pips, excluding spread and all that. So yeah, but it does look like this fake out's nice. It looks like you could, create this bottom wick and continue pushing down. Let me know if you guys are invested in crypto. Not necessarily. Do you guys care about what's happening in the crypto market or in stocks, or do you guys just day trade? Um, wow, that's pretty big numbers in the UK. UK says 500,000 people dropped out of work due to, I don't know what, three health uh poor health maybe after COVID. That's a lot of people. Long term sickness. Looking after family at home. That stuff. Discouraged workers. Yeah, these people are chilling. It's retired early. That's pretty crazy numbers. So you can see it's pushing up, but if I was in buys, I wouldn't be too convinced by this. Get a fake out. Um, let's say you get a fake out and then back in, I would be more convinced. But these higher highs, but not really moving higher, does not look convincing. High chance we pull back here to 1709. Let's see, but maybe as I said, pre-news is just gonna push, and then just melt for news. Do you guys want me to take this off? This is pretty ugly, I do know that. But it's just to tell us, we're not interested in whatever happens in here. Well, I'm pretty happy we gained some subscribers today. What will be news impact on gold? Shardul is asking. So we just broke that down. It's pretty much if there's high let me try re-explain it. If there's high inflation, right, they're gonna have to increase rates again, which means dollar is gonna push up. If dollar pushes up, gold falls. So that's if CPI is higher than expected. This is what I think. Obviously, if I knew what the impact would be, I wouldn't be streaming. Um, well, actually, I stream for fun, so maybe I would. But anyways, um, so that's if there's high inflation. If the inflation is lower than expected, let's say they've tackled inflation pretty good, that means they can maybe ease a bit on the interest rates increase. So dollar could fall, and if dollar falls, obviously gold, you'll see another leg up. I mean, what's happening now looks pretty similar to all these boxes, you know? It's been a few days here. Gold is pretty bullish, you know, you push up pretty strongly, range a bit, fake out to the downside and push up again. Range a bit, fake out to the downside, push up again. Range a bit, then we faked out push, failed to push. So that's the first sign, okay, maybe it could go into reversal. I guess you did that, have that too here. Came back up again this morning, falling again. And now, as I said, you could kind of get a fake out of this zone. So, but maybe you're in this somewhat of a range here. So if you break out, you should have a pretty good push to the upside. The problem with the pushes to the upside is if we saw with the last few CPIs, where was it? October 13th here. You get the fake out and then you melt. September 13th, you come up, and then just melt. So that's why I'm a bit more cautious for the buys. But we'll see. We'll see. We have Comex here in 2 minutes. Does that make sense to you, Shardul? It will depend on what the news says. That's the, I guess, the simple answer. We don't know what the impact's gonna be. How do you think it's gonna impact gold? You know, feel free to let us know. Are you more bullish, bearish? So I'm pretty bearish on gold if inflation is high or the same, and then I'll be pretty bullish on gold if inflation is low. Okay, I got it. Okay. You agree with what I said? I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just giving you how I'm going to be trading it, basically. Maybe you know better. Okay, I might have to go get a charger for my phone or something. But anyways, okay, guys. So 1 minute here till Comex. Let's see. I said you're trying to push. If you wanted to push more, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Remember, I talked about this 2 minutes ago. This now you want to fake out, come back above, and now it looks better. Now it can continue pushing if it wants to. Guys, we only have 1 to 2 trades to take today. We're gonna be cautious about which ones. Ooh, Arnaud G5, thank you for subscribing, mate. Thank you. Hopefully you learned something here. Ou j'espère que t'apprends quelque chose. Je sais pas si tu parles français. Okay, let's see. You have Comex here in 30 seconds. Let's see if this small support 1710 holds before. Or otherwise now, I mean, 10 minutes before news, you do often just see ranges. Okay, you have Comex here in a few seconds. There you go, the push. Guys, that's what I was talking about before. If you want to see the push, you need to see the fake out, and that's a nice little push there for an extra 10 pips or a bit more. Uh Sharduk is asking where I'm from. I'm from Switzerland. I grew up and lived my whole life basically in Switzerland, speaking French and English. Okay, so there's the fake out there. It's or just the bottom wick could continue pushing. But that's what I meant before that. I mean, if you even if you look here, where do you get the push? You range a bit, fake out, and then you get the push. You know. So maybe a lot of you are here from Raja's stream or something like this. I think if you are, you probably trade simple, I guess, structure. You know, continuation, and you probably dislike if you're part of that sphere, you probably dislike what's it called smart money or like trading with the banks. But to be honest, why not use both to your advantage? I trade mostly like Raja, you know, follow the direction, wait for closures, na 1 to 2 trades a day. But then again, if you look how price moves, it often does um, respect order blocks, you know, liquidity grabs, this and that. Essentially, everyone's looking at the same thing, just framing it differently using different terms. But we're all just trying to do the same thing, right? Guess where the market's going to go. Okay, remember, guys, we're not going to increase our heart rate. We're not going to do anything. Um, price moves, price moves. If you want to go take buy stop, sell stop, I think Raja is streaming now. He's probably going to go do that. So feel free to go watch him. We're just going to chill out here. Yeah, GJ is kind of just ranging here. Um, it's looking like you're trying to break up, but not really. If you look at the 5 minutes, we're trying to come back down, so we're just ranging again. And golds. Okay, so it was just creating the bottom wick and now moving back bullish. It's looking similar to what we had the other time, you know, creating higher highs and then just melted. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe they already know the news, maybe it's gonna push up. We have no idea, do we? Well, at least I don't. I don't have a single clue where price is gonna go. Luckily, we don't really care. We'll trade both. But we will have to wait for closures, minimum 5 minutes, probably 15. How good is my stream quality, by the way? You guys see my face well? You guys see my screen well, actually, more importantly? I think it's not bad, but considering I have some of the good equipment, it should be like 1080. I don't know if you guys see in 1080 or not. Okay, so we're slowly breaking out of our zone of no interest. Yeah, we're gonna wait, see how it reacts at these highs. Maybe you just fake out and then push back down with the news. Shardul, where are you from, mate? Gonna guess that name's from maybe Southeast Asia, Middle East maybe. Should- Okay, guys, a few minutes here. Four minutes left till news. Once again, maybe I'll keep my hands up. We know we're not trading anything. We are not trading anything. We are just ranging, guys. These are some trades. As you can see, I was trying to sell gold basically all morning. Um, didn't really work out for me. Uh, what I did good is I managed to cut the losses small, which meant that one win made up for two losses. That was pretty nice. And then I kind of just ranged and I said, let me be extra patient today. You know, two trades in the morning and then two trades in the afternoon. We're just going to wait a bit, wait for the news. And as you guys know or don't know, we often get trades in about 2 hours time here. Um, Usually later in the session, you get some cleaner moves. You know, early on, you get you get a move and then retracement pre, let's say NYSC, or right after NYC, you have some type of manipulation. New York Open, you have some type of manipulation, this, that. So, and usually after all that, it starts actually moving where price wants to move. For example, before yesterday, I was looking for unmute people. Oh, okay, sorry. Um, I didn't realize you were muted. Oh, okay, no, now you're here. Sorry. Just the volume was on zero. No, we'll probably just wait here. See how price moves before. Uh, so guys, as we saw, GJ is kind of just, I guess you're retouching the trend line from the top, retouching this, well, support, maybe trend resistance. You're just ranging here. You've been ranging for 3 hours. And then dollar seems to be pushing down pretty heavily. And gold seems to be pushing up pretty heavily. Breaking out of this zone here. But as we just said, you know, you can often get manipulations right before the news. Uh, Maybe you be safer and you wait for these levels here, 40 pips away. You still have clean range above that. We'll see. We'll see how the news reacts here in a minute. Guys, make sure you do not over risk. You can get slipped. Your stop can be slipped or not even activate, so you can experience bigger losses or bigger gains than predicted, but I would highly recommend not over leveraging. If you are looking to put buy stops, you know, 17-14 maybe is a good level, and then 17-10. But just so you know, I'm doing neither of those things. We're just gonna wait and see. Pulling back here 30 seconds before. Maybe get a fake out to the downside and then a push. We'll see. We'll see. I trade on Black Bull, so I like to look at how price moves on Black Bull. But anyway, 20 seconds here. Not in the trade. You can see no buy stops, no sell stops. We're just waiting. We are just waiting. Okay, a few seconds here left. Oh, oh. That is a big push. That is a big push. Nice. Congratulations if you're in the trade. Let's see. Let's see where we need to see the numbers. Okay, so inflation is down. So yeah, as we expected, if inflation was better, um, it meant that the dollar could come down and that gold could push. So let's see. We're looking for retracements, guys, and then we can take the push. Yeah, I think most brokers probably froze, so I'm guessing you would have got slipped. I'm gonna guess that. I don't know. Did anyone take positions here? So it's moved quite a bit here. We've moved 200 over 200 pips. All we need is this retracement. If we can close anywhere around, okay, let's see actually where our buying target is. Um, yeah, somewhere simple. 1725. Um, yeah, I think these are. I mean, you would have wanted the numbers to be a bit worse, like a bit better, and in the sense inflation was a bit more down, but inflation's clearly getting targeted. Come on, my charts are lagging a bit. Okay. Um, so yeah, I think on the hourly, on the 4, on the daily, this 25 zone is nice, and then we've tapped into levels that we've been, over, let's say, like 2 months ago, we've been at these levels, kind of reacting off of them. Let's see. So you need to see closures because this could either be a fake out or it could be just a continuation. So we want to see closures. We're gonna wait for 15-minute actually because this is pulling back quite strongly. It means we might miss the trade. There's a good chance on the 5-minute. If it's going bullish, you create a bottom wick quickly and then come fill this. Wow, that's a 80 pip range. Nice ranges here on gold. Basically 100 pips here from the high. We've retraced already. Okay, guys. So I hope the analysis made sense. I mean, yeah, I guess these numbers were kind of anticipated. Maybe that's why you had the pullback in the London session, so they could grab these orders. And maybe that's why late last night before New York close, you also had these pullbacks here. Maybe you faked out, to grab better orders, pulled back, faked out because they knew or they're anticipating this result. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for closure, and then price is still above here in 10 minutes. We'll gladly take these buys. Or actually, I'm saying actually because I just remembered it is the 4-hour close. But usually when you have volume like this, that's not really an issue. Because obviously it's the 4 hours, so you are expecting somewhat of a top wick to be formed. But here obviously you still have. Victor is asking what now, buy or sell? We're looking for buys, but we're waiting for some closures. We are waiting. Guys, remember, do not overtrade or over leverage. Just chilling. Just chilling. You can see no new position here. It's moved up nicely though. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pay attention, see if this 5 minute trade would have worked out. Okay, sir, waiting on your command. Um, this 5 minute, yeah, maybe we would have gotten 10 pips. 15 pip stop. Yeah, I think that would have worked out. Anyways, we're gonna wait for 15 minutes here. I want to see a bigger pullback. If it just moves, it's gonna be complicated to take buys. Yeah. Dollar obviously melting. I mean that daily is pretty nice. That weekly looks like it's just gonna continue. Um, yeah, so it's what we honestly are just continuing what's been happening. You know, you push up, range, push up, range, push up, range, and now push up again. But buying now would be similar to buying at these highs. Like, okay, maybe you get your position, but it gets riskier. So we really want to see pullbacks here. Um, yeah, that maybe that 5 minute would have been nice. It's okay. It's okay. Now that the volume is here, we're gonna get plenty of moves later on. GJ. So that's why you don't want to be in trades, because obviously, even though it's not impacted, some pretty crazy fake outs. If this starts moving bearish, breaking its own low, I think there's a good chance maybe we get some sells here soon. We're just waiting for closures here. You've now retested the high, broken the high even. Let's see. So it's kind of rejecting. Let's see how it reacts off this high. And GJ, let's see how it reacts off these lows, and same with dollar. You're obviously reaching previous weekly lows here. Um, looking like it's just gonna break through, but there's a good chance you retrace a bit, and then we're looking to retest the lows. I mean, that's what we're looking for in gold, right? We're looking for something like this, low come down, and then boom. At least to retest the high, and if not, continue further. Boom, boom. I forget who said on the stream, but we're looking for a boom, boom. I think it was Indrit. That is what we're looking for. Yeah, um, I mean, I love any question that's asked. Uh, uh yeah, I don't favoritize anyone, but I like a question maybe that are a bit of insight, you know. For example, instead of asking buy or sell, you could ask, I am looking for X, do you because XY, and then do you agree? That's probably be a better way. Victor, what if the doesn't come down as expected? Well then we don't trade it. Yep, we do not trade it. Mm, yes, but then again, all questions are amazing. Okay, guys, 5 minutes to the 15 closure. Um, obviously you can't just buy here. Okay, there you go, breaking the highs again. Gets complicated to just buy here. Um, You're at monthly rejection zones. Wow, that's a pretty nice move on the monthly, eh? Yeah, this week. Look at these daily candles. But yeah, now you're at pretty strong resistance levels here. You know, everywhere kind of in here. This whole zone, somewhat of a rejection level, so definitely makes it more complicated to start buying around here. That's when you start getting caught in pullbacks, fake outs, and all this. Even if it starts pulling back now, it's no problem. We can even wait for an hourly closer. Still have, 20 minutes. It could be down at 1720. And then, I mean, that's really what we're looking for. That. And obviously, I only trade what I want to see. Not going to get caught up in our ideas. So you had the push up, right? If you come down. I guess is, uh, I don't know. But wait, let me finish explaining. Explaining stuff that makes us not think about trades and more think about exactly what we want to see. If we can get this pullback here and then the next hour creates that low and then pushes up, I mean, this can be a beautiful trade. That's what we're really looking for. So we're just going to be a bit patient here. We don't know yet on which time frame it's going to come. Obviously, we're going to be cautious here and wait for the 4-hour close. How to deal with emotion? I would say probably the best is to just close your charts right now. You have 20 minutes, just go on a walk and then come back for the new hour candle and see if it's what you want or not. Or I don't know, go watch a YouTube video or something. Whatever you like to do. Play a FIFA game. But it's coming down nicely. This is what we wanted to see. Exactly. But yes, as Victor, as you were saying, it's I mean, it's a risk I'm willing to take. I do miss, you know, potentially not getting in the trade by looking for specific entries, but okay, I think it's much better to be safe than sorry, right? You can't lose money if you don't take trade. Exactly. But I did say why once again why I do not recommend that because you are monthly levels, but so there's good chances you pull back, but maybe this news is good enough for it to just keep pushing through. Every time it's trying to reject, we can see it's coming right back up to the highs, so maybe you can get another push here. And obviously, all you need is 1 minute candle and it can move 50 pips. So that depends. Maybe trade on the 1 minute and you're waiting for a closure above 1735, which you're probably about to get right now. Okay, let's see if there's some news coming out about it. Let's see what the markets are saying about this news. U.S. inflation slows more than forecast, give Fed downshift room. Exactly what we were talking about. The key gauge of U.S. inflation cooled in October by more than forecast, um, offering hope that the fastest price increase in decades are obeying and giving Federal Reserve's official room to slow down their steep interest rate hikes. There you go, guys. Yeah, good chance here on the new 15. I mean, once you have bottom wick, good chance to keep moving up. But once again, I'm not in a trade. Maybe we're too cautious. We'll see. I'd rather be, too cautious for the first. Because once again, guys, the difference between let's say Raja and me and other streamers is you can see the come up. You can be part of the come up with me. They've already seems like they've already conquered their trading journey. We are still conquering it, so we can do it together. So all that to say, I'd rather be cautious for a year, see these play out, 6 months, whatever it is, and then start increasing potentially our risk appetites. But for the start here, we're gonna be extra cautious. Yeah, so that's what I meant. I mean, if you closed above, get a push, which you would have gotten your 10, 15 pips. But we're just waiting here. And U15 was very nice. I would have been willing to take it, but on the 15, as I had said, but I needed more retracement. For me, we haven't retraced enough. I really wanted to see 17, 20 levels, as I said, 24, even 25. But we only really retraced the 1730s, 17, yeah. So barely any retracements. From what I understand of candles, you usually do need some type of retracement at some point in the hourly. If you look at most hourly candles have top wicks. But then again, look, you have moves like this, just push up and then push up a bit more, then range at the top, fake out, cut everyone out. Because right now there's probably thousands, millions, 100,000 people trying to short it. So maybe just squeeze all these people out and then you can start shorting. That's why I learned the hard way and maybe to not try short around these zones. Then again, if you're a contrarian trader, think it's gold. Maybe this is your trading plan. I did a little bit. Yes. Exactly. Okay, guys, 10 minutes to the new 4 hour candle. I'm still looking to take buys, but I will need to see more retracement. So it seems like I mean the buyers are somewhat cooling off a bit. You can see every time we make a new high we seem to be rejecting, including this time we made a new high and now it seems like we're rejecting a bit. So I mean if you can get this pullback to 25 last 10 minutes and then new 4 hour candle, I mean it's pretty straightforward what we're looking for. Trying to find a good example of this. Yeah, it does not exist, but we'll just wait. Well, I mean, there's plenty of examples, but on this 4 hour buys right here, I don't seem to. Yeah, something like this, something right like this. So right now, as we know, we moved up and we closed above support. So you want a retracement, some type of new so you need a top wick, and then on the next 4 hour a bottom wick, and then on the flip we can enter. So that's pretty much what we're looking at right now on gold. Question is, how low can we retrace? Because it seems like the bullish volume is still quite present. But yeah, this was maybe in accordance to what we were expecting. If you look at the trend, it's been since July we've been decreasing. So not a surprise today that we're decreasing inflation further, which made sense for gold. And I guess maybe, as I said, people could have been anticipating it this morning. Maybe that's why last night we got the pullback, and then this morning also for London the pullback, because most people were anticipating inflation to once again be kind of tackled or dealt with. Unemployment's okay, so there's more unemployment claims. So that's not a good sign for the economy itself, which also leads with gold buys. Consumer price index. So we're just looking at the Bureau of Labor, it's kind of, we can look through and see what's been increasing or decreasing. So off the top, I can see food's pretty similar. Food's pretty similar. Restaurants are becoming cheaper, I guess. Energy prices are up. Um, yeah, I mean, most things are pretty flat, just with small decrease in whatever it was before. Except the fuel oil seems to be pretty inflated. Okay, guys, so you're pulling back pretty nicely right now. 10 more minutes or so. Let's see if we can get an aggressive pullback, and then I think we can get a good trade on the new hourly. Yeah, and GJ, it had come down with the wick. It had completely retraced the wick, created somewhat of a bottom wick from the news, and then slowly moving back up now, it seems like. But also retracing somewhat, it looks like. Let's see if the 4 hour can close below 166.7. The sells are still alive. The golds, the more you retrace, the better. Because once again, these are all monthly levels. Let's see, maybe even higher, 6 months levels. Okay, maybe not 6 months. All that to say, these are extremely strong supports and resistance for this matter. See, 5 minutes left here. JD, I don't know if you want to speak something. I just have to go get something. Now there's still NYSC who needs to react to this news. Makes sense for price to come down. After these first buyers have taken profit, goes down a bit, ranges a bit, and then NYSC can do something like that. Fake out, break above the range. And obviously, I am being picky and I'm looking for something quite specific. But yeah, I think the goal is really going to be to minimize losses on this stream, even if it means missing out on some wins. I think the first 6 months we had written was going to be all about capital preservation, which means we only look for exact trades and we only take those trades exactly the way we want them. And then if they don't play out like that, we just wait. Always more opportunities tomorrow, and next week, and next month, and next year, and the year after that. There you go, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go here for like 2 minutes. I don't know if Elite can JD can say something. Take over. Let's just look quickly at equity markets. Sorry, this one hasn't opened. Okay, similar on US 30, US 500s. Pulling up and then pulling back a bit. Pretty identical to gold. Guys, look at this pullback. It's coming true. Okay, we have 3 minutes here. I'm just going to go to the bathroom and then I'll be back. Okay, it's pushing back up a bit. Come on, gold. Yeah, I wonder how other streamers did for CPI. I'll have to go after the stream. You know, maybe some of them took some nice wins. Always eager to learn, so I'll see maybe what I missed out on and what I can. Because basically, what this stream is just myself figuring out stuff, and then in the process, maybe helping you guys do the same. Maybe we can help each other. I think that's even. Is it the bio of the channel? Finding ourselves in the market and helping others to do the same. There it is. Oh, did I just see what I think I saw? Wow. Guys, we achieved 1,000 views on the channel. That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyways, 20 seconds left here. For me, I need somewhat of a pullback, I think. Let's see. Maybe if the 4-hour opens up perfectly. No, but still, you're right at resistance here. It's last time you here, you rejected off of it. Let's see. Let's see. You need a bottom wick regardless. Much more than that, of course. Let's see. Maybe we should call this stream no stress trading. Stress free trading. That's what I'm trying to make it for myself at least. Exactly. Um I need a bigger wick than this, guys, don't worry. I'm just seeing what our ranges are to retest the highs. And I think actually if you flip back bullish, there's a good range, but I need a much bigger bottom wick here. For 4 hours, there's basically no bottom wick. I mean, if you zoom out, it's gonna look like there's no, which just is a factor that would decrease the probability of this trade working out. And what about GJ? Let's see how we close on the 4 hour. Oh, just above the zone. No clear direction here on GJ. So we have NYSC in 30 minutes. Can't forget that. Yeah, we are just waiting here. Price is kind of just hovering around. The dollar, obviously it's different 4 hour opening, but on the 1 hour is creating a top wick. Wow, so on the weekly, on the daily, guys, it just drove through that zone. Remember I was talking about how we were kind of hovering at these lows here? Just completely smashed through that. Which means we should move to the next zone, which is 108.1.2 basically. Check on the weekly. On the weekly, it's a bit higher, which we should use the weekly and the monthly. Yeah, you're basically tapping into support on the higher time frames. But last time we were at this low, we did drive through it. But the times previously in August here, you can see how strongly we rejected off these zones. So something to be cautious of. Same with gold. Last time we were at these monthlies, look how strongly we rejected. Last time we drove through the zone was, okay, in August. It was short-lived. So obviously at the end of the stream, I'm gonna go look back at it. I did say that we could look for a 5 minute closure, the retracement, and then you aim for the wick fill, which on the next 5 minute candle is literally exactly what happened. Perfect stop, 15 pips for then a 40 pip target. You would have to be extremely quick. I think it lasted like your chance to get in at this entry lasted like 20 seconds. But definitely something to look into. So price is moving up with, I mean, this for me is not enough for 4 pip bottom wick on the 4 hour. I do think gold is going to give us a bigger bottom wick. So for that reason, I'm not quite interested in buys yet. Yeah, and tomorrow is a bank holiday, so you shouldn't see much news. And let's see next week if we have a lot of news. Next week's also pretty calm. Wow. That's going to be a nice week to trade. And then we're slowly entering into Christmas period. Anyways, one thing at a time. Looking like you're gonna come and break the highs here. What did the 4 hours start right here? Yeah, I mean, it just moved straight bullish. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of opportunities on the small time frame, but maybe we're now's when you start, getting a FOMO and you try see or try tell yourself, oh, I could have entered there. Anyway, so you've retested the highs now, and you're just kind of hovering. GJ's, I'd like to say it's moving bearish, but it's not really. It's just hovering too, and the dollar is somewhat retracing. So you'd expect to see the same thing on gold, opposite move, which is what I wanted to see, and then see the flip. But yeah, it just pushed up directly. Now it's looking like it wants to keep pushing. Let's see how it reacts at these highs. Yeah, so JD, before you were talking about the FTX thing, is there is there a ticker for that? Thank you, thank you. Does seem quite complex, but then quite quite a fragile market if breaking just for that. Mm. Mm. Interesting. Victor, um It's obviously not retracing. What next, sir? As I had written before here, so obviously we got a 15 close, create a bottom wick, and then pushed up. We have, so firstly, I wouldn't say it's quite obvious that it's not retracing. You can see that slowly this buying momentum is somewhat dying down. We have NYSC in 10 minutes here. So now it's actually quite nice because you do have somewhat more structure here on lower time frames. So if you could get, let me show you what I'm looking for now. If you can get a pullback, next pullback comes lower here, like fakes out here. I'm still waiting. I need to see a bigger wick here on this current candle right here. I need to see a bigger wick on the 4-hour candle. We can fake out to the downside, create that bigger bottom wick. Then we can easily look for buys, at the break of this level, which would be, the 30-minute or what, let's say, yeah, 30-minute, or even if it happens in the next hour. I just need to see some type of retracement. Um, yes, okay, for example, today it would have worked to just price broke above and you take a buy on the flip. I can see that it would have worked, but yeah, I'm still waiting. I need to see a bigger bottom wick here on the 4-hour. But yes, it might be a bit more time. So Maxwell 1850. Wow, that's a far way away, mate. It's like more than 1,000 pips there. Maxwell, there's I think we can take a lot of trades between 1850. I don't know why 1850. Yeah, I'd be surprised if we move back to 1850 so quickly, but let's see. Let's see. Even if you're looking for 1850, I need to see retracements. So you can see somewhat volumes maybe dying down a bit. I don't want to wait all this time just for me to get impatient and then take a loss. So we don't know if the next trade is going to be a win or lose. Losing trade, I can't control that. But I need to wait for, as I said, even if this 30, it doesn't even, I was showing you the smaller time frames in the 30-minute candle. If you, let's say you close around here, all I need to see is like a bottom wick and then you can take the flip. Anticipating that NYSC is going to push it further, but I need to see this wick being broken before I take more buys. Yeah, I broke down this morning that, or an hour ago, so that I'd rather take less trades than take less probable trades. Yeah, just look at the size of this 4-hour wick. I mean, you've been having small ones, but in general, I just prefer bigger wicks. There's a good chance that we do create a bigger wick. Yeah, just more confirmations. And as I said, because right now, uh, you're just buying at monthly resistance. You're clearly starting to break above it, but I do still want to see, at least a retest of it. You haven't, since you broke above, you haven't retested it. I want to see a retest range a bit and then come back. This could be something like yesterday. You have the move up, it creates high, but then it retraces a bit. So it's extremely dangerous to start selling these, buying these highs. Doesn't mean it can't move, but taking in consideration the way I trade, this seems a bit complicated. Oh yeah, guys, I just saw I had 50 subscribers. Thank you guys. Appreciate that a lot. To the new people subscribe today, for the people who've been here since the first day, appreciate that a lot. And we passed 1,000 views on the channel. So for me, it's a W day. And also, we can check GJ sells. GJ does look not too bad. Um, Gold's looking like it's because GJ, you tried to come up once, right? Failed, came back down. Tried again, failed, came back down. Tried again, failed, come back down. Tried again, failed. So if you're not going up, where are you gonna go? Well, probably down. This is 15 pips. Oh, okay, you have some nice ranges here. We're gonna wait till NYSC here. 5 minutes. I had spoken about this trend here. If you break out of a trend to the downside, when you're in a trend and you break out, there's a good chance you retest the low of the trend, which is around here, these levels. So there's a good chance you can fill this quite quickly and cleanly. So I'm keeping an eye on this. Wow. Gold still pushing. Um, Jonas, sorry I missed your messages before. What's up, chat? No trade yet. You shorting FTT? I don't know. I don't think he is. Okay, it looks like maybe GJ is gonna come through here. We can get a nice top wick. This looks like it is really trying to reject these highs. Where did the candle open? The candle opened here at these lows. So where we're okay, let me just clear some stuff off of this. Right at these lows. It's looking like we're trying to break through them. How much is this initial range here? 15 pips, and I think there's a good chance we move right through that. Daily is obviously extremely bearish. 4-hour, look at this. Okay, yeah, I think in 2 minutes here. Let me just check the other pound positions. This looks like it could move up, down. Uh, mhm. Okay, no clear confluence, let's say, with other pairs. No FOMO, no FOMO. We're waiting, but I think GJ has a good chance of pushing down here. This might be one of our first GJ trades on stream. You can just see that the bulls are dying out pretty quickly. Let's see, you don't want to retrace too much on this 15. You can close a bit lower and then exactly and then retest this high. I think we can get some pretty good sells here. Get MetaTrader ready. But remember, I do need to see a pretty good top wick. Um, this is NYSC open, so maybe they'll have the same reaction to the news, push up and then push down. We'll have to see. Okay, here you are on 10 seconds. Gold is somewhat retracing. Not at all as much as I've been expecting it to trade, retrace all day. There you go, the new 30-minute gold, no bottom wick, and then no top wick here on GJ. I need to see a bigger top wick. Oh, pushing nicely here. Gold, GJ, both are just pushing. Let's see, let's see. Let's not get too caught up here. I said what I wanted to see. We're going to wait for it. Gold, gold, gold. Gold is a beast that you cannot control or stop. I mean, on the 1 minute and all these smaller time frames, you have nice structure, you know, resistance, break above resistance, resistance, break above resistance. It's just yeah, it's not been happening the way I wanted to see it on the bigger time frames. The straight bullish action. Oh, GJ, okay, okay. Yeah, so GJ, I mean, we would have secured profits here. With 20 pips, but once again, there's no top wick, so it's a bit complicated. But now it's good, you know, it's cleared the way. It means if there's any liquidity resting at these lows, it's now been caught in. The next 15 can create that top wick. We can take it on the flip. See, our runner would have been stopped out. So yeah, we're not missing much. Gold. Gold is retracing nicely. But we're gonna need a bit more than this. We can't just have 2-3 pip retracements and then straight back bullish. Or maybe not 2-3 pip, like 10 pips. What is this? Yeah. And maybe today isn't a trading day, you know? Maybe today's trying to teach us patience. We'll see, we'll see. Still gonna be here for a little bit. So we have time. But I need wicks. I need wicks. I really do. I hope everything I'm saying here today makes sense to most of you guys. It does not, yeah. Okay, so you can see there's pretty strong bearish momentum here. Gold is kind of at this trend line. Let's see if you hold it, if you break it. I'd like to say that so I was in Paris for a few days. I want to say I much prefer London over Paris. Even though there are some really nice things in Paris. Overall, especially if I were to live somewhere, I think I'd much rather live in London. I don't know, guys. Where do you guys live, or where? How many countries have you guys lived in? Feel free to let me know. We're waiting here, so might as well talk about. Yeah, so that was a really nice rejection in GJ. I mean, it played out exactly, literally exactly as we wanted. But fortunately, it just didn't want to give us. And what's okay is we still have more ranges. Is that the no daily flip? Not yet. Wow, gold's giving us some nice flips. Let's see which zone we're at right now. 1740. Maybe before you meant Maxwell, you meant 1750. That would be a more logical target. Yeah, so right now you're basically at a previous resistance. So once again, it's complicated to sell this level too. Sorry, I know it might be a bit annoying that well, no, I'm not apologizing, but it might be a bit annoying that we didn't get any trades here. Um I mean, it was just tough. It's tough to just buy, for example, here on the 15-minute, and then on bigger time frames, you have no bottom wick, so you can't really do much with this candle. And that's pretty much it. Okay, there's a pretty harsh, pretty strong retracement that I wanted to see. I mean, if this hourly on gold could close, I mean, on GJ could close something like, so it came down to here, right? And if it could close, sorry, if it could close somewhat like this, and then the next one can create the top wick for the previous 30-minute and then continue down, that would be amazing trades. But it seems like today price does not want to give us what we want. And there's just days like that where price just moves. If you're good with the market, if you're confluent, if you've seen markets move for many, 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 many years, you can probably say, okay, F it, and I'm gonna enter anyways, even if there's no bottom wick, top wick, because I mean you could tell by the way I was rejecting that it wanted to move down, but I need those confirmations. Can we create this bigger wick on the 4 hour? Guys, it's looking pretty identical to this move, is it not? Same timeline, I guess a bit earlier. So if we can, yeah, I think you're still gonna get quite a bit of volume this afternoon. So I'm not too stressed. If now that it's the 30 minutes, if with a retracement like this, if there was a bigger 4 hour wick, I wouldn't be opposed to taking the flip. But GJ, GJ, GJ. 70 pip candle there on the 1 minute. Yep. Guys, price moved 120 pips from where we wanted to enter. Look at that daily flip continuation. So yeah, obviously these candles is kind of a even like not even, but for me, when I see this, it's actually really hard not to have FOMO. Um, so then we have to go back to the drawing board and say, as Raja says, when you miss a trade, instead of having FOMO, look at it and say, how could I have been part of that trade? Because we did have multiple options. You could have a sell stop here, you could have a sell stop here at this support, anticipating that with volume you can break through. Obviously, both would have worked out really well. On the 5 minutes, you could have said closure below here. So the morality behind this trade that we missed is that sometimes trades do just leave without confirmations. Doesn't mean that we have to take them. Doesn't mean anything. It just, that's what we can learn from that. And for the moment, I don't think I can use this to apply to my trading strategy, because for the moment I am waiting. I mean, look at this. There's it's like a baby top wick. But I wanted to see at least, something like this. Don't know how many pips, probably nothing, but like at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pips, Come retest this zone around here, 6 pips, and then move down. Here we don't even have 1 pip top wick. So for me, that was a complicated trade. And then for gold, for gold we're gonna wait for the bigger bottom wick. Otherwise, I would probably have a buy stop at 1740. Retest these highs for at least 20 pips. But guys, if you've been on this stream before, you know that in about 45 minutes, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we get a trade quite often. So GJ. I mean, now you could say on the 15-minute, you can look for more zones, but like, look at this range. But there on the 15-minute, there is a good chance that you come and fill this wick. Gold's trying to come down, but just being extremely bullish. So trying without really trying. Hourly closes here in 15 minutes or so. Positive you can take out of this is we haven't lost money, right? We have not lost money. For me, that's a pretty good achievement for the moment. And now we're gonna, obviously, we want even better, and we want to actually make money, but at least we haven't lost money. Okay, let's do some Wordle. Trade plate. No. Okay, I know there's no A, but I'm gonna do plate again. Obey. Obute. Is that a word? Plint. Light. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant by the break and then retest the highs. Yeah. So it played out as I wanted, just at this point, we didn't come low enough for me. Yeah. Complicated day here on the, well, should have been easy, but with my entries at least a bit tougher. No T there. Slit. No, there's no L. Right. There's not enough letters for Sprite. Good guess though. Good guess. Um. Okay, you have the new 15-minute candles here. Gold's closing above the range. Um. Yeah. I mean, it's quite tough, obviously, when you expecting all these things to happen, but then you just don't have the entry that you want. But so I'm looking back at this now, and I actually do think this 30-minute should have been a trade we're in, because although yes, I am expecting the bottom wick on the 4 hour, there's still 3.5 hours, right? It can move and then create it in 2 hours. Here it's just closures above ranges, and then obviously NYSE comes down and then moves up. So this is a mistake. This should have been a trade actually. Um yeah, even on the 5 minutes I was mentioning that buy stop is pretty nice. Once you broke below that buy stop. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm gonna write that down as a trade missed. Missed trade on NYSE open. Reason uh wanted a bigger 4 hour wick. And then invalid wick can be created at any point. And then for GJ, yeah, I mean he broke the lows, but once again, no bottom wick. No top wick, sorry. So yeah, it's frustrating to see all these moves happen without um me being in them, but you know. So I think this is where it's quite easy to be caught in FOMO trades and all these things. So we might even call it early actually. Just call it no trade day. Anyways. Sprit. No, there's no R. Uh, so your guess is wrong for two reasons. No R and there's too many letters. Uh, wait. Yeah, I'm writing random things. I don't even know if they're words or not. I mean something sweet. Oh, U, no S. U, U, there's no S. E, uh, W doesn't make sense. O, no, that's not a word. Unit. Aha. Wow. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, made in 5, pretty much our average. Meanwhile, you guys don't care because we're not taking trades. Yeah, it's complicated. At least, okay, so for me, there's two positive outcomes I can take from this stream. One, we did not take a loss. We haven't taken any trades yet. These were just trades in London session, so I'm at break even for the day. So positive is one, we didn't take a loss, and two, well, actually, there's more than two positive. One, we didn't take a loss. Two, we didn't overtrade, and three, we did not FOMO trade, and four, we guessed the directions correct, right? At no point did price come up and we started saying, oh, okay, I'm expecting a reversal. All I ever said is retracements, because that's what I wanted to see. I never said it was going to reverse, so this bullish move made sense. I did say around here you have to be careful. It's monthly rejection zones. Now you're arriving at weekly zones around, yeah, somewhere around here. It also gets a bit dangerous, but it seems like price is just moving straight through all this. Doesn't need a lower bottom wick. So I think what we can learn from this is, one, when there's high volume, you don't necessarily have to worry about the wicks because they could come in, they could be created, later on in the session. And two, yeah, if you have confirmations, take buys above here, whatever, which, the confirmation was you had a closure above this zone, on the 15-minute, you had your closure above here, or even this zone, which actually you retested perfectly. You had a closure above here, and then you had a bottom wick, and then you could have taken the flip. So I think we did somewhat get our confirmation take buys. At least we did not take a loss. And yeah, we could still get more trades here. I might just quickly get a coffee. We're gonna wait for the 1 hour close regardless. And yeah, Raj K, hello, man. Good to see you again. How you been? How was your trading session, guys? Did you guys take any trades? Let me know. Feel free to let me know. Yeah, we didn't take any trades. I was just explaining. We were My initial reason for no trades is just waiting for this bigger wick here on the 4 hour, which is obviously the hourly still. I was waiting for that, and but looking back at it, I think I could have taken the flip here. Um, Raj, you did 4% on gamble trade. Oh, nice. Um, yeah, that's what it is when you do buy stops, sell stops. High risk, high reward. Obviously, we're not trying to do that here on this stream, but those are some trades that I take part in myself sometimes. But not today, and maybe not looking forward in the future. I think that potentially at some point have just one direction. Like if our buys, everything's saying buy, we could have buy stop. But never buy and sell stop. And obviously much lower risk because Raj, why did you enter your trade? I'm guessing you took buys on gold. You probably got slipped quite a bit, right? Just out of curiosity. Because the way it froze, and then I don't know, I saw it reopen somewhere around 1724, 23. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see gold just push here. But oh well. So we know from the stream usually at 30 past you get some type of retracement, pullback pretty strong, and then later on it can continue. Um, Raj, yeah, that's a good thing. From next time, I'm not gonna touch it. Yeah, it's hard. Obviously, when you see price move so much, then you calculate. Okay, yeah, exactly 40 pips. 40 pips. Okay, not too bad, I guess. Not too bad considering it moved 340 pips. Not too bad. And GJ guys, I mean, both 15-minute candles did not have a top wick, so it was complicated for me to trade this. Let's see, we have hourly close here in 4 minutes. I'm just gonna go get coffee and I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna have the hourly closure here. Um, the question is, you're closing above all these ranges. Can you take a when you have a bottom wick? Can you take buys above? Let's just line up everything here. We have last time we were here, we drove through. Last time we were here, we drove to 45. Thing is, you've already tapped 45. See, if we are down here, that's different. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe you can retrace. Here, your target's a bit small. And wow, price moved more than this yesterday. 450, 300. Oh wow. Yeah, yesterday was a pretty huge move, eh? I mean, you have continuous bullish pressure. There's no reason for the bulls to stop quite yet. At least there's no price action that shows. But I mean, look at where you're closing. You're hitting targets without even making a bottom wick. There's really not much I can do. Let's see how he reacts out of this level. At least, guys, once again, the idea was right. Take buys to there. Let's see if this was a valid level, if it starts rejecting from there, or what it does. Quite frustrating, right? Seeing targets being hit uh, without taking us with it. Guys, look at this daily candle. Straight volume, eh? We've had 3 days. Friday, Tuesday, and now Thursday, just straight bullish volume. Which makes it on the weekly. From the lows in about 6 days, we've moved up 1.3 thousand pips. Is that right? Yeah. Talk about big moves. Let's see what the markets are doing. Oh, wow. Opened up 3% bullish. Crazy stuff, eh? So we are right with the direction. Obviously, it's deciding to create the lower wick now. Um, yeah, and even this is barely even the lower wick. I mean, I appreciate everyone who showed up today. It's a shame we didn't get a trade. Guess that's why you guys are here, to be entertained, to get trades, to make money. Um, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to take trades that I don't believe in, just because we need a trade for the day. Tourner dans le vide, vide. Guys, I got a channel strike for playing that song the other day. Or not a strike, it's like a warning. So no more music. Still no signs of slowing down. This looks like it could keep going. Let's while we wait, check a look what Raja did for CPI. This is just out of curiosity. See if we missed trades. If we could have done something better. I don't know where CPI is, probably later. Um, so I'm guessing a buy slip got activated. Oh, guess he got slipped. Still made money, and then let's just see if he took a proper trade after that. I mean, yeah, 2,000 bucks on a 50K lot is not that good. Looks like maybe he was also looking for those GJ sells. So these are two of my mentors. Boy, oh wow. Follow their course and all that. Oh yeah, so all that to say, I guess it didn't look like he took a trade. No. Wow, these moves are infinite, eh? But once again, just look at these tiny, tiny wicks. I was looking at taking out the break of the previous 15 once you rebroke it. Because you broke it, came down, right? As you rebroke it, obviously now I can see it worked out, but so what's the dollar doing? breaking that monthly support. But we might just call it a day here because we don't want to get any FOMO. Now, even if it retraces, it gets quite risky to take buys. Because you are gonna get a retracement at some point. Something like this doesn't have to be for long, as you can see here. Price moved up 400 pips, retraced 100 basically, and then pushed up. So here you could retrace. It could even be 40, 50, 60. I don't know how many, but yeah, I think we're just gonna call it a day here. Thank you for everyone who showed up. I think I got a bunch of new subscribers. We're at 50 subscribers. Oh wait, unfortunately, 53. Wow, is amazing. This year is looking a bit tough, and then GJ also is just making lower lows without giving us the wick. So we'll probably just come back tomorrow, or I guess that's a surprise whether I come back or not. Tomorrow's a holiday for the US, so we'll see. But thank you for the people in the Zoom. Thank you, Mikkel, Indrit, Sandrul, Victor, Jonas, Maxwell, and Raj. The questions, and hopefully everyone had a good trading day. And then we'll see each other tomorrow, Monday. And don't over trade and don't over leverage. Bye bye. Thank you for the subscribe.